Whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Kelly Fieldhouse on the campus of St. Joe's Prep for today's basketball matchup between the Patriots of Archbishop Carroll and the Hawks of St. Joe's Prep to start their PCL basketball seasons. You're listening to WSJP on Sports Fan Base Network, and I'm Dominic Frischetti, and I will be joined by Aiden Sweeney. Be sure to check us out on Twitter at SJP Broadcasting for updates on every broadcast, and at SJPrep_sports for live stats and updates on every prep game. I want to welcome in my partner for tonight's broadcast, Aiden Sweeney. Aiden, how are you?
I'm great, Dominic. I'm excited to be able to broadcast PCL basketball again, and this should be a very exciting game.
And Aiden, the Hawks will have a hard season after losing 4 starters and legendary basketball coach Speedy Morris, but there are new and confident faces out there for the Hawks, led by their new coach, Jason Harrigan. Last year, the Hawks finished 6-8 in the PCL, 13-12 overall, in what can be classified as a disappointing season. The lone starter returning is Jimmy King, who averaged just 5.8 points in the PCL last year. The only other returning player to get key minutes last year is Richard Thomas, who put in only 1.4 points per game in the PCL last year. Safe to say, a tough road ahead for the Hawks and Coach Harrigan.
And Archbishop Carroll is coming into this year after a 17-10 season last year. They're going to have a lot of new guys on the court with 3 of their top 5 scorers, Myrie Stewart, Tyree Kettner, and John Camden, all not on the team anymore. Star sophomore point guard Dean Coleman Newsom is also out with a knee injury. Senior Tyler Stewart, freshman Moses Hipps, senior Caleb Carter, and junior Harold Ivory will look to step up in a big way with many of their top guys leaving last year. Even with those departures, Carroll is a very, very talented team that will look to make some noise in the PCL.
And the trend the past few years for the Hawks has been they're undersized, and this year no different. Tallest guy on the Hawks roster that will play some key minutes is Nick Yagadich. We know him as a football player, but he's tying up the sneakers once again after not playing for the Prep since freshman year. He played prep basketball, but he's the tallest guy on the roster at 6'4", and Carroll Patriots are loaded with big guys. What do the Hawks got to do to win this game really with how undersized they are?
They've got to just box out, Dom. They've got to get some over-the-back calls, things like that. If you can box out and just kind of attack, let your guards come in and get the rebounds. You got to box out guys like Anquan Hill, 6'8". I mean, Nick Yagadich, he just has to box him out if Prep wants to have any chance of this game. Prep can't be allowing 1-2 offensive rebounds every single possession. Yeah,
and you mentioned Nick Yagadich to be a key player for the Hawks. Underneath, and the other key player for the Hawks, J.P. Egan, 6'3", 6'4" guy. Known as a shooter, he's going to have to step on the defensive end for sure this year for the Hawks if they're going to have any chance of, getting any rebounds really.
Yeah, he's going to have just another guy in this game. He's probably going to have to block out 6'6" Harold Ivory. I mean, they're just very undersized. It's just going to be a lot of effort for St. Joe's Prep. If they want to get those offensive rebounds, get out in transition, because that's what you can do on taller teams. You can just get out in transition, try to use their size against them.
Yeah, and we're about a minute and a half away from tip-off, but the one thing the Hawks do have going for them, this is both these teams' first games of the season. So really, we got a couple guys returning for the Carroll Patriots, but for the Hawks, the only guy really returning that played more than 15 minutes a game is Jimmy King, and they got 4 new guys on the floor playing key minutes, most of them seniors. And we're going to have to see Jaden Vargas a lot in this game as well, the junior. So again, for the Patriots, it's not a lot to go off of for the Hawks.
Yeah, I mean, you just have a lot of guys that you've never even seen play before if you're Carroll in this game. I mean, you have guys like J.P. Egan, who we know played some minutes at the end of games last year, but he's a knockdown shooter. Austin Hodges, another pretty good shooter. Then Rich Thomas didn't play that many minutes last year, just a little bit off the bench, but he's a guy that's going to bring a lot of energy to the game, get a few steals a game, maybe get a couple transition buckets. So St. Joe's Prep, they've got a lot of small guys, but a lot of guys that are putting in a lot of effort, I think.
Yeah, just under 30 seconds away from tip-off. I'm expecting we'll have the national anthem as well and a prayer. A little bit more than that, but you mentioned Austin Hodgins, a guy that I like to compare to Brian Gaines of last year, a good ball handler and a good shooter and a gritty player that's going to take charges and try his best on defense. We'll see if he starts or not. But again, they're missing guys like Brian Gaines, Mike Keenan, Chris Arizin. Chris Arizin was a great guy for the Hawks last year. He was undersized, but man, he was gritty down on it underneath. He got rebounds. He also hit a couple shots from beyond the arc. And they don't have a guy like that anymore. They do have Nick Yagadich, so we did see hit a 3 in warm-ups. Who knows if he'll be out there at all during the game. But the one thing we can say about Nick Yagadich, he's a beast on the football field. Hopefully it'll translate to the basketball court.
Yeah, if his tenacity translates onto the basketball court, I think they'll be all right. He's going to be all over the court getting rebounds, just running all over the court, trying to block shots, trying to play good defense. I think that the way that he's going to have to play for St. Joe's Prep to win games is going to translate well from the football field.
And the Hawks sporting their white uniforms, their new Nike white uniforms. Stars for the Hawks will be Jimmy King, Austin Hodgins, Rich Thomas, J.P. Egan, and Nick Jagadich. We're waiting. Carroll Patriots. Patriots starting in their black uniform. Stars for the Patriots will be Caleb Carter, Anquan Hill, Moses Hips, Chase Coleman, and Tyler Seward. And it'll be 35 versus 35 for the tip. Jagadich versus Hill. Hill with the height advantage listed at 6'8". Jagadich only 6'4". And we're underway, Aiden. Hill wins the tip. Right back to Caleb Carter. Carter over to Hips in the corner. Hips in the corner. Hips drives on Hodgins. Yags with the block. It's going to go out of bounds off the Hawks. A good step through from Nick Jagadich.
Yeah, Nick Jagadich, what he's going to have to do with a lot of athletic guys on Carroll, trying to cut and trying to make plays. Good play by Nick Jagadich.
To inbound is Tyler Seward for the Patriots. Seward looking for an option. He's going to pass it back. Carter with it. Carter drives to the hole. Carter, layup. And he's going to get fouled, and it's going to go in. Caleb Carter, Carroll Patriots, up 2-0 already.
Yeah, just pretty much just a one-on-one matchup there with Austin Hodgins. Just got right by him. Just got to have a little bit more help there for St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah, was looking for Nicky Jagadich somewhere in the lane to get a hand up in his face, but he wasn't there, and foul called against the Hawks. Foul called on Austin Hodgins. So Carter at the line to shoot one. And Carter makes his free throw. So Hawks in a 3-0 deficit already. Thomas to bring the ball up for the Hawks. Thomas off the bench last year, a senior. He's going to give it over to Hodgins on the wing. Hodgins sets a screen for Egan. Egan to King. King drives. King to Jagadich. Jagadich a three. Won't go. Rebound Hill. Hill to Coleman. Coleman drives on King. Taken by Egan. Thomas the other way now. Thomas to the hole. Going to dribble out, go out of bounds. Be a turnover, Patriots ball.
Yeah, you just can't have those turnovers in this type of game. It's good, very quick pace there for St. Joe's Prep, trying to get out in transition, trying to not let Anquan Hill get back into that lane of that 6-foot frame.
Carter to inbound. He's going to find Coleman. That's Hips. Hips guarded by Hodgins. Over to Carter. Carter guarded by Egan. Jagadich against Hill now. Hill drives. Jagadich on him. Out to Hips. Hips drives. He's going to find Seward for three. Won't go. Rebound Hill, and he almost threw it over Richard Thomas, but he's going to get fouled from behind.
Yeah, that was almost a putback jam there, Dom, for Anquan Hill, but that's Richard Thomas on Anquan Hill. It's a tough matchup for him to be able to box out on him. We saw it right there.
Yeah, Rich Thomas maybe 6 foot, but Anquan Hill 6'8". He's going to have the advantage every time grabbing rebounds for the Patriots. First free throw, no good from Hill. Checking in for the Hawks is Jaden Vargas. Out comes Rich Thomas. Thomas with 2 fouls. That first foul was on Thomas. So Vargas steps in his place. Second free throw from Hill is good. So Patriots lead 4-0. Still plenty of game left. Vargas take the ball up now for the Hawks. Vargas, the lone junior on the floor for the Hawks. Gets it back from Jagadich. Vargas dribbles, finds Egan, finds King. King a three, won't go. Rebound Hill. The other way now. A pull-up, won't go. Rebound Egan. Egan to Vargas, the other way, Hawks. King drives. Guarded by Carter. Vargas now. Vargas drives to his left. Finds King for an open three. And King gets it to go. Jimmy King, first bucket of the Hawks season from Jimmy King.
Yeah, that's what St. Joe's Prep has to do. They have to get those wide open threes, and they just have to knock down their shots now.
And a three the other way from Hill won't go. Rebound Egan. King brings it up the floor. King to Vargas. Vargas. Hawks set up an offensive player. Vargas to Hodgins. Hodgins out to Egan. Egan guarded by Coleman. Vargas. Vargas drives, and he's going to get tapped out of bounds. Great defense there played by Chase Coleman.
Yeah, that's what that's what Carroll has to do. They just have to swap balls out of these guys' hands. These guards, they're just going to try to drive in the lane, make some floaters. If Carroll can do that, maybe get a ball knocked off one of their thighs, something like that.
Inbound goes to Jagadic, but Jimmy King's going to end up with it. King guarded by Hill now. It's mismatched down under maybe. King. Timeout on the floor taken by the Hawks, and Aiden just under 3 minutes played in this game thus far, and so far evenly matched.
Yeah, I'd say so too, Dom. Just Carroll's not knocking down their shots at the start of this game, but St. Joe's Prep, they're playing some good defense, and they just have to get a little bit better opportunities, try to maybe draw up some plays that can take over on this Carroll's aggressive defense as they seem to be playing, trying to get a lot of steals that Carroll looks like they're trying to
and Aiden, the Hawks they're 1 for 3 from beyond the arc right now, and 1 for 4 from the field. So, I mean, right now, Aiden, they're not shooting too great, and the other way, neither is Carroll. Carroll, you have to hit a 3. They're 0 for 3 from there. But, I mean, 3-4 ball game thus far. I mean, defensively, the Hawks have been okay. Defensively, Carroll Patriots have been very good.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive. The only 3 was just a really good move by Jimmy King to get wide open. Wasn't even a wide open shot. It was pretty contested, so Carroll playing very good defense so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to expect the same thing so far in this game, and going forward. The 3 ball is going to be what the Hawks have to use. And here comes JP Egan for 3. Won't go. Rebound Hips. And Hodgins is going to be called for a bad foul. You don't want that.
Yeah, it's just not a good foul there. Just not really smart. Austin Hodgins, the guy that usually plays really smart basketball, but not a smart play there.
So we'll be Patriots ball now. With it is Seward. Seward, a Haverford School transfer. Senior. Carter into Hill. Hill back out to Seward. Seward to the net. Seward's layup's going to go. 6-3, Patriots lead. 4:40 remaining in the first quarter of action. Head coach of the Patriots is Francis Bowe. Head coach of the Hawks is Jason Harrigan. And Carter's going to hit it out of bounds. It will stay Hawks ball. Aiden, close call there, though.
Yeah, it looked like it might have just been a little turnover there for St. Joe's Prep. I didn't really see any Carroll player hit that.
Nonetheless, Hawks ball. King to inbound. King all the way over to Hodgins, cross court. Hodgins drives, can find Jagadic. Vargas outside for 3. Won't go. Rebound Egan. Egan out to King now. King swings it to Hodgins. Hodgins pumps. Hodgins drives. Pull-up jumper from Hodgins, and that'll go. A nice look there from Austin Hodgins.
And that's what the guards are going to have to use for St. Joe's Prep. Those pull-up mid-range jumpers, those floaters, trying to not get in the big size of the Carroll team.
And good defense from Hodgins and Vargas to force the ball out of bounds, but Patriots retain possession. 5-6 game, Patriots leading. Inbound goes to Seward. Seward over to Coleman. Coleman to Seward. Coleman. Seward once again over to Hips. Hips a long 3. Won't go. Good box out from King. Hawks the other way now. King over to Hodgins. Hodgins a deep 3. Won't go. Waste of possession, in my opinion, Aiden.
That was a Mike Keenan range from last year, Dom. That was very deep.
If he's confident, though, why not let him pull it, Aiden? The 3 ball is going to be the way to go for the Hawks.
Yeah, they're going to have to knock those down.
Seward with it for the Patriots. Over to Carter. Hawks pressing. Inside is Seward. He's going to get a tough layup to go over Jagadic. So you imagine Patriots losing 4-star recruit John Camden, transferred to Brewster Academy in New Hampshire. Committed to play basketball in Memphis, but he's not here anymore. Vargas with it for the Hawks. Over to Egan. Egan to King. King drives. Gonna have it slapped out of bounds by Seward. Hawks possession still.
Yeah, it looks like St. Joe's Prep trying to take advantage of of Carroll's aggressiveness here. Austin Hodgins, we saw him with a little move there, try to get into that, made that mid-range jumper, and Jimmy King would have had a wide open layup, but a good defensive play.
Yeah, Ethan Bird checking in for the Hawks for Nick Jagadic, so that center position's got to go to JP Egan, I guess, now. Maybe even Jimmy King. Vargas to inbound. Vargas to Egan. Egan, a tough left-handed layup, won't go. No call on the floor. On the break is Hips. Hips a pull-up too, and that'll fall. Patriots lead 10-5 now. 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter of action. King's going to give it over to Vargas to take up the court. Hawks need of a bucket right now to keep this game in reach. Hodgins to King. King to Bird. Bird to Vargas to Hodgins. Hodgins, Egan. Egan a three. And that's going to fall for the Hawks. J.P. Egan, and with some contact. 10-8 Hawks game.
Big shot from J.P. Egan. He kind of struggled at the start of this game. Couple turnovers, couple missed shots, but big shot there for him.
Other way, Seawart's going to get the floater to go. 12-8, Patriots lead. Vargas to King. King pumps. King to Bird. Back to King. Egan screen. King, a pull-up three. And that won't fall. Rims out. Other way is Hips. Down court. Swat out of bounds by Jimmy King. Patriots stay possession just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Good play there by Jimmy King. Just good job hustling back there. Probably would have been a wide open layup if he didn't get it.
Inbounding is Hips, who gives it over to Coleman. To Seward. Coleman. Hips. Vargas guarding Coleman tightly. Hips with it. Seward. Seward, a pull-up baseline shot. Won't go. Rebound Hodgins. Is just going to give it over to King. And the Hawks down 4. King with it. Spins around 1. Doubled. To Egan. Egan to Bird. Bird. Hodgins. Egan. And Egan just tosses it out of bounds. Coach Harrigan upset with that. Not sure what Egan was looking for there.
Yeah, it's just a tough play when this Carroll team is playing such aggressive defense. Really no one able to get open on that play there for St. Joe's Prep Town.
Costly turnovers early on. Both sides. Checking in for the Hogs. Number 14, that's Thomas Hart. Out comes Egan. Egan and Thomas, 2 stars already out for the Hawks. Patriots yet to make a substitution. Hips. Over to Coleman. Coleman to Carter. Carter inside. Maybe a jump ball forced by Thomas Hart. And Hawks will have the turnover there. Good defense play by the Hawks.
Yeah, a good drive there, but just great defense there by St. Joe's Prep. Just kind of trapped him right at the block, and he had nowhere to go.
Rich Thomas checks back in for Austin Hodgins. Thomas playing with 2 fouls. Jagic also will be checking back in. Jagic will be checking in for Thomas Hart. Hart, a good solid minute and a half. Rich Thomas to bring the ball up for the Hawks. Hawks down 12-8, minute left in the first. Inside to Jagic. Jagic back out to Thomas. Screen from Jagic. Darrell Simpson Jr. in for the Patriots now. And a 3 from Vargas won't go. Rebound Hill. Seward. Over to Carter. Carter, excuse me, that's Coleman. Now with it is Seward. Hips. Coleman pumps. Coleman drives. And go out of bounds. Off a Hawks player. 30 seconds now left in the first. Hawks down 12-8. Thomas comes out. Checking is James Liuzzi. Hawks in a 2-3, it looks like. Ball goes inside to Hill, and Hill's going to get an easy. Oh, he's going to miss it. Good defense played there by Bird. King the other way now. King over to Bird. Bird to Vargas. Vargas drives. Vargas doubled. Almost turns it over. Lucky not to. King open for 3. Won't go. An offensive foul going against the Hawks here. Looks like it's going to go against Bird. Maybe that's why Yega's got that offensive rebound.
Yeah, interesting call there, Dom. I didn't see much there, but looked like maybe an over the back foul called.
Seward to inbound for the Patriots. He's going to give it right over to Coleman. That'll be the end of the first quarter here at Kelly Fieldhouse. And Aiden, 12-8 ball game thus far, and really, I would say evenly matched.
Yeah, St. Joe's Prep, they just have to knock down a few more shots in this game, and they're right in the game. Just not knocking down their shots at this, only shooting 20% from three. They need to make a few more of those, and they'll be right in this game. Yeah,
and, so far, Hawks have been scoring. They've hit 2 threes, and Austin Hodgins hit a pull-up jumper. And the other way, with 6 points, is Tyler Seward. The Hereford School transfer we talked about earlier in this game, senior, he's got 6. And then Caleb Carter with 3, Moses with 2. And, Aiden, Anquan Hill only has a bucket after missing a free throw, so he's only got 1 point. And Darrell Simpson Jr. yet to score. So, Aiden, we were worried about the height here, but, rebounding battle hasn't been that one-sided.
No, it hasn't been at all dominant. It's what I mentioned in the pregame. I think that St. Joe's Prep did a pretty good job of boxing out, just kind of being aggressive. Looks like they have basically 4 or 5 guys all crashing the boards trying to get a rebound. One thing for St. Joe's Prep, I think they should just stop trying to get offensive rebounds, basically. They've gotten hurt in transition a couple of times. And, they're never really going to have a chance to get an offensive rebound with Anquan Hill standing there. So I think that's might be their best bet, try to just get back on defense, stop easy buckets.
Yeah, Hawks 3 for 9 shooting the ball thus far. 2 for 6 from beyond the arcs as well. So, Aiden, if they can shoot the ball well, should have no problem at all sticking in this game, really. So, if they're pulling, we mentioned Austin Hodgins pulled from long range, but, if they're undersized, they got to be shooting from, long range.
Yeah, they have to do things like that. If they're open, they have to knock down those shots. They have to take those shots, and they have to make them if they want to win this game.
So out on the court for the Hawks, being the quarter, will be Jagadich, Thomas, King, Bird, and Vargas. For the Patriots, Carter, Hips, Seward, and Coleman. Vargas fighting for the ball. Seward sticks with it, though. A jumper from Hill, and that'll fall. 14-8 game. Bird with it, over to King. King pumps. King, guarded by Seward, doubled. And Carter called for the foul, the first Patriots foul of the game.
Yeah, good composure there by Jimmy King. Lost ball for a second, recontrolled it, got a foul called. Just kind of able to set up the offense now.
King will inbound for the Hawks now. Thomas drives. And a foul called now against Coleman. So 2 fouls in the span of 8 seconds. King to inbound. Finds Jagadich. Jagadich back to King. King to Bird. Trying to find his teammate down low. Won't go. Turnover for the Hawks. Other way. Hips. Inside. Carter now. He's going to drive. Going to be called for a walk, though. And turnovers both way for both teams. And the Hawks have possession once again.
Yeah, St. Joe's Prep, she's going to be a little more composed when Carroll is pressuring them. Just didn't really look for the ball there from Thomas Hart. Had a wide open layup basically, just didn't look for the ball on his cut.
Thomas brings the ball up. He'll be guarded by Coleman. Screen comes from Jagadich. Thomas doesn't use it. Thomas. Guarded by Coleman. Thomas drives. He's going to find Hodgins. Hodgins to Hart. Down low to Jagadich. Jagadich out to Thomas. Thomas. Inside. Tough layup. Won't go. Rebound Jagadich. Bird. Bird with another costly turnover.
Yeah, it's kind of just a drop pass there from Nick Jagadich. Just not really in sync on that pass.
Ball out to Coleman. Coleman could be called for stepping out of bounds. And a Hawks ball once again. 14-8 lead. 6:21 remaining in the first half. Thomas to bring it up. Thomas over to Hodgins. Hodgins all the way over to Hart. And a foul called underneath against Moses Hips. So 3 fouls in this quarter already for the Patriots. Hawks yet to score this quarter. Ball goes into Jagitic. Out to Hart. To Thomas. Thomas drives. Spins. Won't go. Rebound, Hill. Tough rebound there taken by Hill. Other way now is Coleman. Coleman to Hips. Hips to 3. Won't go. Rebound, Hodgins. Other way, Thomas now.
Yeah, they just prep. They're going to have lightly contested shots. They just have to take those 3-point shots because they're not getting many good shots so far in this quarter.
Thomas out to Hodgins. Hodgins a long 3. That won't go. Rebound, Hill. They're the way to Seward. Seward right around Rich Thomas. A nice looking move there from Tyler Seward.
Yeah, really good Euro step there from Tyler Seward. Almost impossible to stop in transition like that.
Yeah, and Aiden, Hawks going to take a timeout here. We're going to keep it locked here, though. 5:30 remaining in the first half. 16-8. Hawks yet to score this quarter. What's got to change?
Just got to knock down shots on. They just got to get better shots, I think. Maybe draw up a few plays. Get guys like maybe Nick Jagitic open onto the basket because Anquan Hill seems to be a little aggressive trying to get steals. Things like that. Maybe a little pick and roll. Just something like that just to get anyone open for this team because every shot's basically been contested. Rich Thomas had to take a couple really tough layups, too.
Yeah, and we've seen 8 guys play for the Hawks thus far. After 19 years of Speedy Morris, a lot of times Speedy Morris would just use 7 guys the entire game, and most of the time starting 5 wouldn't check out.
Yeah, just basically only Rich Thomas played minutes off the bench last year. Just a lot of new guys playing this year. Maybe just want to keep fresh bodies in the game.
And 16-8 with the points for the Hawks is Jimmy King and JP Egan, who each had a 3, and then Austin Hodgins has a pull-up jumper. And the other way for the Patriots, who's got 16 points right now. Tyler Seward has 8 for them, leading the way. So Seward really matching the Hawks' points value here.
Yeah, Tyler Seward, the transfer from Haverford School, first game for Archbishop Carroll, playing really well.
Hawks come out with their starters. King to inbound to Thomas. 5:30 remaining in the in the first half, second quarter. Thomas yet to get on the score sheet. Thomas over to King. Jagitic. Hodgins now. Screen from Jagitic. Egan. To Thomas. Into King. Egan a pull-up 3. That won't go. Rebound. Seward's going to open lane. He's going to miss his layup, but Hips is right there. And he's going to miss his layup. And Egan's just going to swipe it away, and it'll be Patriots' ball, though.
I mean, that's pretty lucky there for St. Joe's Prep. Gave up a wide open layup. Tyler Seward and Moses Hips both just missed them. But now they got to stop defensively here. Can't let this lead keep growing for Archbishop Carroll.
Hips to inbound. Hips a freshman. Seward. Out to Coleman. Seward. Hips. All the way over to Coleman. Into Hill. Out to Hips. Hips a pull-up 2. And that'll fall. Patriots lead now in double digits. Hawks still yet to score this quarter.
Yeah, Carroll looks to be doing a really good job of just getting into the pockets of St. Joe's Prep's zone, just making a couple of mid-range jumpers, Moses Hips especially.
Hawks in desperate need of a bucket right now. Down 10. King, a 3. And that's going to fall. A big bucket from Jimmy King and a big bucket for the Hawks.
Yeah, it's the second big shot from Jimmy King so far. It looked like in that first quarter they were struggling to score. Jimmy King might have just switched the momentum a little bit for St. Joe's Prep.
Other way, Coleman now. Coleman a pull-up 2. That won't go. It'll fall right to Carter, and Carter is going to find Seward inside, and Seward's going to get a tough layup to go around Jimmy King.
Yeah, Tyler Seward is having an excellent game so far, just really doing well. making some really crafty moves inside.
Jagitic with it. Over to Egan. To King. King drives. King fading. And he's going to get fouled there. Foul going against Caleb Carter, and King will head to the line for 2.
Yeah, good move there by Jimmy King. Just kind of denied the screen, just moved to his left. Would have been a tough shot to make if he wasn't fouled, but now he's going to the free throw line.
First free throws of the game for the Hawks. First free throws of the season for the Hawks. King to shoot. King's first will fall. 20-12 now. King with 7. On the court for the Hawks is Egan, Jagitic, King, Vargas, and Thomas. And for the Patriots is number 0, Moses Hips, number 3, Tyler Seward, number 2, Coleman, number 35, Hill, and number 15, that's Harold Ivory. Hips over to Seward. Seward all the way over to Coleman. Seward. Hips. Down low to Hill. Hill a 3. Won't go. Rebound Ivory. Ivory out to Seward. Seward a 3. That won't go. Rebound Jagitic. And Hawks have a chance now. Thomas up the floor. Thomas. Just out to Jimmy King. Hawks set up offense now. Thomas guarded by Hill. Height advantage Hill. Out to King. King bumped from Hill. Thomas. Vargas. Vargas inside. He's going to get hit by Ivory. And Vargas will head to the line to shoot 2.
Good move there by Jaden Vargas. Just try to go right at Harold Ivory. Just try to draw a foul, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, and the aggressiveness of the Hawks, I think, needs to step up a little bit, Aiden. It stepped up in the past minute or so. I mean, they were without a bucket, almost 5 minutes into this quarter. 5 minutes left in this quarter. And now Vargas misses his first free throw. But since then, 5 points for the Hawks. King with 8. Vargas shoot another. Vargas will make that one, so it'll be 20-14. Vargas has first points of the season. Thomas guards Coleman. With it now is Hips. Hips to Seward to Coleman. Back to Seward. Inside to Hill. Out to Coleman. Coleman a wide open 3. Won't go. Nothing but air there. King to go the other way now.
Yeah, just kind of got lucky there for St. Joe's Prep. Left Coleman wide open, but just couldn't knock down the shot.
King to Vargas. Vargas to Thomas. Thomas past Coleman. Inside, and Rich Thomas gets a tough layup to go. A nice move there from Thomas.
Yeah, Rich Thomas has been having a tough time with Chase Coleman guarding him, but really good move there. Just really acrobatic finish, too.
Thomas's first bucket of the game. And a foul called against Jimmy King. Be King's first of the ball game. Harrigan not happy with the call against King. Hips to inbound into Hill. Hips pumps. Hips swings to Seward to Coleman. Thomas. Coleman. Hips a long 3, and that's going to fall. A real dagger for the Patriots. Going to make it a 7-point game when it was just 4.
Yeah, the freshman Moses Hips with a really confident shot. He's been stepping into those threes all day. Finally got one to fall. His first one of the day.
Thomas with it. Guarded closely by Coleman. Thomas around Coleman. Floater won't go, but he's going to be hit and head to the line to shoot 2.
That around the back down, that was a nasty move by Rich Thomas. Chase Coleman's been having a really good day so far on the defensive side of the ball with Rich Thomas, but a really good move there. Pretty much unguardable.
Thomas to the line to shoot 2. Thomas, the lone returning guy besides Jimmy King to play, important minutes for the Hawks last year. His first free throw won't go. Hawks 3 for 5 from the free throw line right now. Hopefully Thomas can make that 4 for 6. Hawks down 23-16. Minute and 5 seconds remaining in the first half of action. Rich's second free throw won't go either. So Thomas 0 for 2 from the line. And under a minute now to play in the first half. Seward just going to hold now. Looks like they're going to try to hold it for almost a whole minute now. Hill drives. Can't move Jagodich. Hill falls. Hodgins guards Seward. Thomas guards Hips. Hips into Hill. To Ivory. Hips. A long three from Hips. Won't go. Rebound Jagodich. Hawks have 20 seconds to play with now. See what Coach Harrigan draws up. Jagodich fakes a screen. Thomas now. 10 seconds to play. Needs to get going. The switch. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Egan a 3. Won't go. And that'll end the first half of action between the two teams here. And the end of 2 quarters, Aiden. Hawks down 16-23. Patriots up 7.
Yeah, St. Joe's Prep, if they can just knock down their shots a little bit more in the second half, only shooting 33% from 3. They can just knock down a few more shots, get some better looks on. That's going to be the key. Just get some more wide open guys to be able to have good looks at the basket.
Yeah, and Aiden, Hawks have hit a couple threes in this game, and that's going to be their go-to moving forward. It looks like 3 for 8 from beyond the arc, just under 38%. And the Patriots right now shooting only 1 for 8. So, Hawks leading the 3-point, but the other way, Patriots can't get any threes to fall.
Yeah, Patriots, they've been getting good looks on the mid-range, though, as well. Just Moses Hips especially trying to drive into that mid-range. Moses Hips already with 7. And you got Tyler Seward, who's just been amazing on the inside, making great moves, trying to avoid the blocks of Nick Jagodich, things like that. Just making great moves, acrobatic finishes.
All right, Aiden, we're going to take a quick break here in WSP, but we'll stay tuned. Because coming up, we'll have the rest of the action between the Hawks, St. Joe's Prep, and the Patriots of Archbishop Carroll. All right, ready at the minute. Ready? And welcome back to the Kelly Fieldhouse, where the Hawks St. Joseph's Prep are taking on the Patriots of Archbishop Carroll. And after one half of action, Patriots lead 23-16.
Yeah, Dom, it's been a really good first half for the Patriots. They haven't knocked down the shots that they would like from the three-point line, especially when shooting 1 for 10. They have been doing a good job getting inside that prep zone, knocking down a few mid-range shots, and really getting inside and attacking this undersized St. Joe's Prep team. Yeah,
as you mentioned, right now Patriots shooting 10 for 24, Hawks only 5 for 15 from the field. And the story of the first half, I think, can be the rebound battle. Patriots leading that rebound battle 18-11.
Yeah, Anquan Hill especially doing damage on the 6'8", doing damage on the inside especially. I just like to see him get some more points. Dom, only 3 points. Hasn't been too aggressive. Taking a couple of outside shots too. I think maybe he'd be better served on the inside, trying to get a few dunks maybe.
Yeah, and you mentioned Aiden, only 3 points for Anquan Hill thus far. Does have 7 rebounds though, so all defensive. So no problem there defensively rebounding. I guess we're going to be set to get underway here in just a couple of seconds, Aiden. But looking forward to the second half. What has to happen for the Hawks to get back in this game really?
They just have to get away from this aggressive Carroll defense, get some open shots, and really just knock down those shots. That's going to be the key. Get away from the Carroll defense, maybe get a few open layups to change some momentum.
Starters in for the Hawks. Starters in for the Patriots as well. Egan with it for the Hawks. Egan to Jagitic. Jagitic can't catch it. Other way, Seward now. Seward up to Coleman. Coleman, he called for a jump ball. Could have been a walk. But good defense there from Jimmy King.
Yeah, really good job there from Jimmy King. That would have been a pretty easy layup there, but Jimmy King just kind of got his hands in there. A pretty good call on the jump ball, too. Both guys had possession at the same time.
Seward to inbound for the Patriots. All the way back to Coleman. Coleman is going to find Seward in the corner. Up to Coleman. Coleman over to Hips. Hips down low to Hill. Hill out to Coleman. All the way over to Seward now in the corner. Guarded by Egan. Egan tries to get it inside, or excuse me, Seward tries to get it inside. Stolen by Rich Thomas the other way. Hodgins is going to get the bucket to fall, and a defensive blocking called there against Coleman. And Austin Hodgins, what a finish, but Aiden, I thought it was a charge.
I thought he was still moving, Dom, just a little bit, Coleman was. But a really good job by Rich Thomas on the end. That pass was just, he looked at that pass for about 5 seconds before it was stolen. Looked at Anquan Hill a little bit for a long time. Rich Thomas just read it perfectly.
Hodgins go to the line. Hawks first buckets of the half now. Hodgins now it's got 4 on the day. Looking to make it 5. Free throw won't go. Hawks struggling for the free throw line. 1 for 5 right now. Hodgins trying to get the steal. And he's been called for a foul, but all right there from Austin Hodgins. And Coach Harrigan helps him up.
Yeah, just try to get at least something going for Austin Hodgins. Try to get a little steal, but just a little bit too aggressive. Just wrapped his arm around the Carroll player.
Yeah, almost had the steal there too. Ended up on the floor, but Vargas is going to come in now for Egan. Vargas to guard Seward. Up to Hips. Hips will be doubled. Ball goes inside to Hill. All the way out to Seward. Over to Coleman to Hips. Hips to Seward. Seward at 3. That won't go. Rebound Jagitic. Aiden, they had nobody inside there, and they got the advantage.
Yeah, it's very surprising that they're not crashing the offensive glass.
Thomas over to Vargas. Vargas to King. King pumps. King guarded by Carter. King out to Thomas. 23-18. 6.5 minutes. King, who has 8, leading scorer for the Hawks right now. Stolen by Hill. Bad pass there from King. Other way now. Coleman going to drive on King and get the tough finish to go. And it'll be a 7-point lead for the Patriots. Vargas going to try a 3 now. Won't go. And go out of bounds. It'll be Patriots ball. And Hawks need to hit those threes. Right now, 3 for 10.
Yeah, they're just going to have to hit those threes if they want to have any chance to win this game. They're going to have to shoot around 40%, I would say, 45% if they want to have any chance.
Hill with it for the Patriots. Out to Seward. Vargas now. Carter over to Seward. Seward drives. And Jagitic is just going to foul Seward very hard there. Just push him out of bounds, really.
Yeah, Seward just bounced right off Yagadich on that play. I think Carroll really needs to do a better job just getting the ball into Anquan Hill right in the high post, just getting something going on this 2-3 zone.
Carter drives, kicks out to Hips. Hips a 3, and that's going to fall for Hips. So it'll be a 10-point lead now for the Patriots. And the Hawks need to change things around fast.
Yeah, St. Joe's Prep, they need a bucket here badly.
King with it. King guarded by Seward. Seward, senior from Haverford. Thomas drives inside, kicks out to Vargas. Vargas drives, finds Hodgins on the baseline. Hodgins a tough 2, won't go. Rebound Hill. Vargas going to force it away, but Carter's going to come up with it. Going to look out to Hips now. Hips to the corner to Hill. Hips drives, jump stop. Going to get called for a walk. So good defense there from the Hawks.
Yeah, good defense there by Nick Yagadich. Just forced Hips to really have nowhere to go. He jump stopped, but Hips had nowhere to pass to. St. Joe's Prep guarded everyone pretty well right after Hips picked up his dribble. That's what you have to do.
Timeout on the floor taken. And in 28-18 this quarter. And, the Hawks looked off good. They had that Austin Hodgins in 1 to begin the quarter. Since then, haven't scored. And the Patriots are on a 5-0 run.
Yeah, St. Joe's Prep, they need a bucket here badly, Dom. They just need to get something going. Maybe a Jimmy King 3. We've seen those change the momentum of this game a couple times so far.
Yeah, Hawks only shooting 6 for 18. That's 33% from the field. Patriots shooting 12 for 27. That's 44%. And the reason for that is Hawks are losing the rebounding battle 12-21. So inside and, on the rebound game, it's all Patriots.
Yeah, that was expected, Dom, I think, especially with the height of Archbishop Carroll. I think it was expected that they would get a few more defensive rebounds, but I feel like St. Joe's Prep's did a pretty good job on the offensive rebounding side. Only 3 offensive rebounds for Archbishop Carroll, so they're not letting them get too many second chances, though.
This play resumes. Hawks down 10. Jimmy King has 8 for the Hawks. Austin Hodgins with 4. Other way, Seward and Hips each have 10 apiece. Hips 2 for 5 from beyond the arc. And Seward is 5 for 10 from the field. Hawks 2 for 7 from the free throw line. Just 29%. Nonetheless, Jimmy King brings the ball up for the Hawks. It's going to go over to Egan. Egan to Thomas. Thomas pumps. Thomas drives. He's going to get fouled by number 2, Chase Coleman. Hawks to inbound. Need a bucket right now. Ball is going to go way over Thomas's head. He's going to be pressured by Hips. Thomas just going to give it all the way back to Vargas. Vargas drives with his left hand. He's going to just have it stripped away. On the break now is Carter. Carter to Hips. And Hips is going to get a tough layup to go. 12-point lead now for the Patriots. Hawks need an offensive bucket desperately.
Yeah, Carter, a great steal there, and then Moses Hips and Carter as well, just getting out in transition, just running the floor really well.
Yagadich over to Thomas. Thomas, a wide open 3, and that's going to go. A big bucket there for the Hawks, and a great shot from Rich Thomas.
A huge shot there by Rich Thomas. St. Joe's Prep, they needed something they needed to see the ball go into the basket.
Absolutely. And other way is Hill. Hill open for 3. Elects not to take it. With it now is Hips. Hips to Coleman to Seward. Seward to 3. That won't go. And it's going to go out of bounds against Jimmy King there, but, if he didn't step in front of Coleman there, or in front of Seward there, it's a wide open layup.
Yeah, Jimmy King just a little late to box out, but made up for it, just kind of knocked the ball out of bounds, made sure that it wasn't an easy layup.
Robbie Grasso checks in now for Moses Hips. Grasso is senior. First minute of the game. Ball inbounded all the way back to Grasso. Grasso gives it over to Hill. Hill all the way over to Coleman. Coleman guarded by Vargas. Coleman down low into Carter. Carter cross court to Hill. Hill a 3. And that'll fall for Anquan Hill. So a huge response from the Patriots. It's a 12-point game once again.
Yeah, big shot there by Anquan Hill, just wide open. Good drive. Good vision to be able to see Anquan Hill for a wide open 3.
Egan with it. And it's going to be stolen away from Carter. Seward with it. And Seward's going to try to throw it down. He's going to miss. Should be substituted after that. Thomas the other way. Thomas to pull up 3. And that'll fall the other way. And Coach Bo is not happy on the sideline. 9-point game now. Coleman with it. Grasso over to Seward. Seward. Coleman drives. Can't get his layup to go. Rebound Hill, though. Egan trying his best to stop him. He can't. And a 2-pointer there from Anquan Hill.
Yeah, Dom, on that dunk by Tyler Seward, it didn't look like it wasn't one of those dunks where it just hit the back rim. I just don't think that was even able to be dunked if it was a perfect slam.
King has it. A step back 2 from King, and Jimmy King with a nice looking shot there.
A little fadeaway, Dom, a little mid-range fadeaway. That's what you're gonna have to do on guys like Anquan Hill at 6'8".
Grasso the other way. He's gonna find Hill inside. Hill's gonna try it too. Won't go. Rebound Coleman now. And Coleman gets a tough layup to go, and Jimmy King called for the foul. And he'll head to the line for one more.
Yeah, a little hop step there by Chase Coleman. That's just a really good move and just really aggressive right at the basket. He knew he couldn't be stopped.
And checking in will be Bird and Hart. Out comes Egan and Vargas. Excuse me, that's Hodgins. So Hodgins as well as Bird. Hawks down 37-26, 11-point game. Free throw good from Coleman. Other way now, Thomas takes up the ball. Gives it over to Bird. Bird back to Thomas. Thomas guarded by Coleman. Thomas drives, gets right past his man and gets a tough layup to go. 10-point game for the Hawks. Thomas now up to 10 points.
Really good move there from Rich Thomas. Just got right by Chase Coleman. An excellent finish, too.
Other way is Carter. And Carter called for the turnover. He had no idea what happened. And Hayden Bird just took it out of his hands.
Yeah, I didn't really see a carry there, Don, but apparently the official saw it. I couldn't see it there.
Yeah, I don't think Bird saw it either. He just wanted to get the ball as fast as possible before any further arguments could come out. But nonetheless, Hawks have the ball down 10 with a minute and a half remaining in the third quarter. King with it, guarded by Carter. That's Hips, actually. Thomas against Grasso. Thomas wants Grasso. And Thomas called for a walk. And it'd be Patriots ball going the other way.
Yeah, that was a close call there, Dom. You heard the slide on the court, but I don't know if it was actually really a travel. It looked like he kept that pivot foot, but maybe just a slight move of that pivot foot, and that caused the travel.
Grasso is wide open for 3. Won't go. Rebound Hill. Nothing Bird can do there. Carter now. Carter drives. All the way across court to Seward. Seward a wide open 3. Won't go. Rebound Hill once again. Assuming that's Carter underneath. And Carter gets a tough layup to go around Jimmy King.
Yeah, just can't allow those second chance points, Dom, especially in a game like this where you're down by 12 going in with only a minute left in the third. Can't allow those second chance points.
Thomas now with it. Thomas inside. Going to find Jagic in the corner. Jagic out back to Thomas. Now with King. King guarded by Seward. 40 seconds left. King. To Hodgins. Hodgins. Thomas. Thomas. Bird. Bird inside to Jagic. Jagic going to try to turn around Jay, and that was pretty ugly.
Yeah, just not really anything doing there, Dom. It was definitely a tough shot on the move, trying to turn around, and just a tough shot. Grasso
won't get his 3 to go. And Seward's going to be called for a foul the other way, over the back on Thomas Bird. It's going to be on Ethan Bird. So we'll be Patriots, or excuse me, we'll be Hawks ball.
Yeah, I think this is key possession here. Really need a bucket to cut this down to a 10-point game going into the fourth.
10 seconds left. Hawks down 12. Thomas with it, guarded. He's going to give it over to King. King drives. King poked from behind. Seward with the turnover. 2 seconds, going to have to try a 3. Hips at the buzzer. Won't go. And at the end of 3, Hawks down 12, 40-28. And Aiden, problem is Hawks can't score.
Yeah, they just can't get shots to fall down. Just really can't get away from these Carroll defenders, especially Chase Coleman, Tyler Seward. They're just playing excellent defense on Jimmy King, Rich Thomas. Rich Thomas got in the basket a couple times, but especially on Jimmy King, just can't really get past Tyler Seward this game so far.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Thomas and King each with 10, but the other way, Coleman has 7, Hips has 10, Seward has 10, and Anquan Hill has 8 now, and Hill up to 11 rebounds on the day.
Yeah, Anquan Hill just dominating inside. Not really scoring too many points, only with 8 so far, but still just getting out to his shooters and getting those second chance points for his team.
And shooting the ball, the Hawks are 5 for 12 from beyond the arc. The other way, 4 for 15. The Patriots are, 3 for 15. Hawks, you said they needed to be above 40%. They're at 42 right now, but inside they're just 4 for 10, and really they're not getting a lot of shots is the problem. 22 shots for the Hawks, opposed to 39 for the Patriots.
Yeah, and a lot of turnovers for St. Joe's Prep as well. 10 turnovers so far this game, and you just can't have that if you want to beat a team that's a better team than you, Dom. I think Carroll had a pretty good season last year. They're a better team than St. Joe's Prep. If they wanted to pull up the upset, they would have had to come out and play clean basketball. They haven't done that so far.
No, they have not. And right now the Hawks down 12. We'll need a huge quarter in order to make this close or even tie up the game. We're going to set to start the fourth now. Out on the court for the Hawks is King, Jagadich, Hodgins, Thomas, and Bird. And for the Patriots is Hips, Coleman, Hill, Seward, and Carter. King doubled. King just gets it over to Jagadich. Jagadich out to Hart. Hart's going to try a 3. That's Bird's going to try a 3. And Ethan Bird, a big 3. 9-point lead now. Hawks pressure the other way. Seward up to Coleman. Coleman guarded by Bird. Inside Jagadich. Layup won't go. Rebound King. King the other way. He's got players with him. King's going to try a pull up 2. And King's going to get a clutch pull up 2 to go. Lead now just 7.
Big shot there from Jimmy King, Dom. Just pulled up in transition. You didn't think he could get to the basket. Just an easy pull-up jumper.
Hill's going to try a 3. Won't go. Rebound Bird. He's going to give it over to Thomas. Thomas guarded by Coleman. Thomas inside. Jagadich for 3. Won't go. Rebound the other way is Seward. Coach Harrigan can't be happy with that 3 from Nick Jagadich. Inside now is Caleb Carter. Carter won't go. Rebound Hill. A foul on the floor called against Hodgins. Ethan Bird was arguing for his teammate there, but no luck. So Patriots to inbound now. Timeout on the floor, Aiden, but 5 straight points for the Hawks makes this a 7-point game.
Yeah, they're going to have to get some stops, and they're just going to keep doing what they have been done in these past few possessions, just knock down shots, get good shots as well. Jimmy King, Ethan Bird, both pretty open on their jump shots, so just keep getting good shots, try to get maybe a couple layups, and just easy buckets for St. Joe's Prep. It's going to be the key.
Yeah, you said 5 straight points for the Hawks. King with a pull-up 2, and Bird with a huge 3. His first buckets in a varsity uniform, really, and his first buckets of the game and of the year. And that's going to bring King to 12 now, and Hart with 3. Hawks down 40-33, other way. Seward and Hips each have 10. Hips a freshman, Seward a senior. Coleman with 7, and then Anquan Hill with 8. Finally, Caleb Carter with 5, but, you know, the difference is the Patriots have taken 18 more shots than the Hawks in this game.
Yeah, it's just the turnovers and the offensive rebounds is what's been hurting St. Joe's Prep, especially with that difference in shots.
And a foul called underneath against Tyler Seward, and a costly turnover for the Patriots. Seward still arguing, not happy, but nonetheless, Hawks have a chance to make this a 5-point game or even a 4-point game with a bucket. Thomas over to King. King drives. Tough layup, won't go. Rebound, Carter. Other way is Seward. Seward going to dish out to Carter. Carter, Seward. Guarded by Thomas. Seward drives out to Carter. Carter drives baseline. Inside to Hill. And Hill just with the height advantage right over Jimmy King is going to get an and 1 to go and just head to the line for one more.
Nothing Jimmy King could do there, Dom. And Anquan Hill's a good distance away from the bucket, and he really just reached his hand out there and just did a little finger roll into the basket.
And that 7-point lead might turn into a 10-point lead if Hill can get this bucket to fall. A real momentum shift now for the Patriots.
Yeah, they really need a bucket here for St. Joe's Prep. They want to keep momentum going and try to stay in this game.
Free throw misses from Hill. Other way, Thomas. King pumps. Hodgins. King. Jagadich. Thomas drives, so it gets swatted from Hill. And Hill's going to be able to keep it in bounds up to Carter. Now Seward. Seward one-on-one with Bird. And maybe a good job from Bird to foul there on the floor.
Yeah, Tyler Stewart has been really good inside. Probably a good idea to just commit the foul and not allow the easy two.
So we Patriots ball, 5:46 remaining in the quarter, in the game really. Coleman's a wide open three, won't go. Rebound Seward. Hips the other way, a long three, and Hips is going to get his three to fall and extend the lead to 12 for the Patriots.
Third big three there for Moses Hips. He's been knocking them down in key situations all game, and just a big shot there. It really hurts for St. Joe's Prep's momentum.
Thomas over to King. King drives inside. Be fouled from behind. And it looks like King will head to the line to shoot two here. King needs to make both of these.
Yeah, these are really key free throws. Knock the game down to a 10-point lead only for Archbishop Carroll. And then you could really make a comeback for St. Joe's Prep.
King's first shot will not fall. Vargas checks in for Hodgins. King 2 for 4 from the line today. Should be 2 for 3 from the line today. Looks to make it 3 for 4. He's got 12. Second one will go. It's an 11-point lead now for the Patriots. Carter to bring it up. Hill. Hips wide open for three, and you can't leave him open, Aiden. And he's going to hit back-to-back threes on back-to-back possessions to make it a 14-point lead.
Yeah, continue to leave Moses Hips open. I think St. Joe's Prep just has to learn that you just can't do that.
And a three from Jimmy King to make it an 11-point game now. And King's going to get called for a foul here. He was beat by Carter, so maybe a good foul there.
Yeah, probably would have been an easy layup, maybe even a dunk from Anquan Hill, just a little drop-down pass. But now Carter's going to go to the free throw line now that they're in the bonus.
Carter to shoot two. Carter in this game, he has only 5. Carter is senior. Carter listed at 6'4", which would make him tied for the tallest player on the court besides Hill. Carter shoot another, makes his first, 49-37. Carter's second will fall as well. It's a 13-point lead now. Hawks need another bucket. King up to 16 on the day. Thomas over to King. King. Bird. Bird drives. Bird out to Thomas. Thomas guarded by Seward. Vargas. King. Thomas. Thomas. We get it poked away, but just stay with it. Inside to Jagadich. Jagadich, a nice finger roll finish for his first buckets of the season. It's an 11-point lead with 4 minutes left in this game. Aiden, is there still time?
I think that could be done. St. Joe's Prep knocks down a few shots, gets a few stops on the defensive end. Just got to get good passing like that on that last play. Ethan Bird found a wide open Nick Jagadich underneath, especially with Carroll extending their defense, trying to double-team Jimmy King and Rich Thomas. I think you got to keep that passing going, get open shooters, things like that, or easy layups with Nick Jagadich.
Yeah, Aiden, you mentioned they're pressing the perimeter, leaving Jagadich wide open inside, and I think that might be a good strategy with only 4 minutes left. They're going to have to try some threes. If they're doubling, the guy with the ball, it's going to be hard to get open. It's going to be a few turnovers as well.
Yeah, they've been forcing turnovers all day with their pressuring defense. They're not going to change that. They're just ratcheting up the pressure in this final few minutes, just trying to get a few steals and then a few breakaway layups to put this game out of reach.
And the leading scorer right now for the Patriots is Moses Hips, who has 16, including 4 threes. Right behind him is Seward with 10, as well as Anquan Hill with 10, Coleman with 7, and Carter with 7. For the Hawks, King with 16, Thomas with 10, Egan with 3, Hodgins with 4, Jagadich with 2, Vargas with only a point, then Ethan Burr with 3. But, a lot of guys on the score sheet for the Hawks.
Yeah, just a lot of new faces, too, as well, getting their first points, to try to get some experience in this game. And I think they can grow through that throughout the season.
As you mentioned, guys getting their first points in varsity uniform. Jagadich, Vargas, Bird, and not their first points, but Hodgins and Egan with 3 and 4, really their first real points, not in garbage time. So 50-39, Patriots lead, Patriots ball. Patriots in black, Hawks in white. Inbound goes to Hill. Hill will be one-on-one with Jagadich, but nothing doing there. Jagadich out on the perimeter. Looks like the Hawks have switched to man. Carter drives around Bird. Gets an easy layup to go. 13-point lead now. Thomas to bring it up. Thomas finds Vargas. Vargas only a point. Bird. King. Thomas pressured from Coleman. Going to take it out. Try Coleman one-on-one now. Screen from Jagadich. Coleman. Bird for 3. Bird. 3 won't fall. Foul on the floor. Looks like it's going to go against Carroll. It'll be against number 0, Moses Hips. So Hawks still with the ball. Need a bucket here. King fading away. It's a tough 2 to fall. King with 18 in the game now. Other way now is Carter. Carter, 2-on-1 now. But he's going to give it out to Seward. They're going to waste some clock. Vargas pressures. Vargas almost with a steal. And Vargas going to get called for the foul here. And they'll be in the bonus now. And Tyler Seward will head to the line to shoot.
Yeah, the Rangers probably going to need Tyler Seward to maybe miss one of these or maybe miss the front end of a 1-and-1. Just they need something going for them. And these last 3 minutes, down by 11, need to make a few shots and get quick stops.
Yeah, Seward 1 for 1 from the line today. He's 0 for 0 from the line today. First shots from the line for Seward. See what he has in store. Seward, we mentioned, Hereford School transfer, a senior. His first. Will go. Seward now with 11. Seward averaged 11 points over at Hereford School. About 8.5 in the interact. Second free throw misses, but rebound Hill. And back out to Seward. So once again, another possession. The Patriots now. That's Hips. Over to Carter. Carter guarded by Bird. Bird. Going to be able to poke it away, but Seward's going to end up with it now. Patriots doing a nice job of just wasting clock now. Seward inside. Out to Hill, and Hill's going to throw it down hard. A nice find there from Seward.
Yeah, Seward, he's just been driving right past any of his defenders that have come up against him, and then he finds Hill for an easy dunk.
King inside. He's going to try to get a shot off. He's going to throw it out to Thomas. Thomas needs to get something going. Guarded by Coleman tightly. And a timeout taken by the Hawks, and with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game, 14-point deficit for the Hawks. It's getting close to over.
Yeah, the St. Joe's prep, they just got to get shots up quicker. I think that it's been taking them a really long time to get anything open, and even when they do take it, it's not really too open. They just got to be able to get away from their defenders. I mean, Chase Coleman's been outstanding on the defensive side of the ball against Rich Thomas, especially after Rich Thomas had those first few points in the second half. He's just been not letting him get anywhere when Rich Thomas is trying to drive on the inside.
In the game for the Hawks, Jimmy King's 18 to lead all scorers. Moses Hips with 16. Seward with 11. Aiden, if you're Coach Harrigan at this timeout, you got to drop a play to probably hit a 3.
Yeah, you have to draw up a play to hit a 3, and then you have to have a good defensive plan, try to get a steal, maybe a layup, things like that. because that's the only way you're going to get back into this game.
The only Hawks guy with 2 fouls, or there's 3 guys with 2 fouls, but nobody's more than that. King, Thomas, and Jagitic each with 2. Everybody else besides that has 1. 3 fouls for Chase Coleman thus far, but nothing that scary yet. And it'll be Hawks ball to inbound. On the court is Bird, Thomas, Jagitic, Hodgins, and King. In for the Patriots is Carter, Hill, Hips, Seward, and Coleman. Thomas with the ball. Over to King. Over to Bird. Over to King. Looks like that was the shot, but King's going to drive. King's going to try a fading jumper. Won't go. Rebound, Jagitic. Jagitic is going to try to spike it, but nothing doing there. The other way now is Seward. Seward into Hips, and Hips, an easy finish there. And with a 16-point deficit, it looks like it's game over for the Hawks.
Yeah, it might put the game out of reach there down with that steal. Looks like the play drawn up there was for Jimmy King to hit the 3, but played perfectly by Caleb Carter.
And Jimmy King's going to get another tough 2 to go. Going to bring him to 20 for the night. Varsity high for King was 19, but passes that tonight. And the other way, Tyler Seward with the and 1 against Ethan Bird. So just really adding salt to the wound right now.
Yeah, just a little continuation and 1 there. Just got bumped a little bit by Ethan Bird, and then Tyler Seward just good composure on the finish, right off the glass. Really tough finish, too, from that angle.
Yep. 59-43 as Vargas is going to check in for Hodgins now. Seward at the line. Minute 30 remaining. Hawks down 16. Seward the leading scorer tonight for the Patriots. Excuse me, Seward second behind Hips in scoring tonight. Hips has 18, freshman. Vargas to King. King drives. King bumped and 1. Won't go. But he'll head to the line to shoot 2. That almost went in.
Yeah, a little hook shot there from Jimmy King off the glass. Haven't seen that shot before out of Jimmy King, but almost went down.
Yep. Jimmy King to head to the line to shoot 2. King 3 for 6 from the line today. Will be free throws 7 and 8 for him. Looks to make this a 15-point game. First free throw from King will not fall. It'll be short. King not happy with himself today. As Coleman checks out for Grasso. Coleman checks out after scoring 7. King, second free throw. That will fall. It'll be a 16-point game. King is 21. All the way out to Darrell Simpson Jr. who has checked in for the Patriots. He'll be pressured. It'll be a turnover. Actually be called a foul before the turnover against Vargas. So Simpson will head to the line to shoot. Simpson looking for his first buckets of the day.
Would have been a wide open layup for Jimmy King there, Don, but just a little foul on Vargas. Now Simpson headed to the line, looking for his first points. Hadn't checked into the game yet, just now with the game out of reach, he just checks in.
Grasso and Simpson, 2 guys that did not start but are in right now. Simpson at the line right now. Simpson's first free throw won't go. It'll be short. Checking in is Anquan Hill. Out comes Caleb Carter. Carter finishes with 9. Second free throw from Simpson will go. Simpson on the score sheet now. A minute left in this game. See what the Hawks draw up. King's going to have an open 3. That won't go. Rebound goes to Hips. A great showing tonight from Moses Hips, the freshman. And Vargas is going to foul Seward. Seward will head to the line to shoot now.
Yeah, there's a couple fouls in these last few minutes, Tom. Just maybe some frustration fouls, especially Jaden Vargas. That was a pretty bad foul.
Yeah, and really this game just stays out of reach for the Hawks. Down 17 with under a minute left. The story in this game, Aiden, I think the turnovers for the Hawks, as well as the lack of height. Hawks in this game 11 turnovers compared to the 4 for the Patriots. You know, Hawks only taking 27 shots in this game. Patriots able to take 49.
Yeah, I said they had to shoot 45% from 3, and they did, but they just didn't get enough shots up with those turnovers. 11 turnovers this game. And then Archbishop Carroll, they've just been dominating on the offensive glass, especially in the second half. 8 offensive rebounds. I think they only had like 2 at the end of the first.
Matt Evans and Justin Cannon pulls Howard Ivory in. As Rich Thomas is going to get a layup to go. Patriots subbing in their bench here. Evans is going to have an open layup. He's going to pump. He's going to get Jagadich to fall for it. And Evans is on the score sheet now as well. 30 seconds left. Thomas going to try to pull up 3. Won't go. Rebound Simpson. Vargas trying to take it away. He is. Thomas now. Thomas to find Bird. Bird at 3. That won't go. Vargas fighting for it. And go out of bounds against the Patriots. So Hawks will have another possession under their belt.
Yeah, Jaden Vargas, good hustle in these last few seconds, just trying to keep playing until the horn blows.
Inbound goes to King. King's going to try a 3. That won't go. Vargas can't get that rebound. And there is Justin Cannon with the rebound. And Sal Monastero will just hold the ball out. And the final score of this one from the Carroll Fieldhouse is 65-46. Hawks go down in the first game. Patriots win. And Aiden, you know, a few bright spots for the Hawks tonight.
Yeah, Jimmy King, good in the mid-range game. Rich Thomas, he seemed to be able to get inside and try to create his own shots. But, I mean, Chase Coleman just did an excellent job defending him. He was really staying in front of him really well. But if Rich Thomas doesn't get up against a good defender as Chase Coleman is, maybe he can have his chances to get inside, create shots, and kick it out for 3, things like that. But, yeah, those are the bright spots so far for St. Joe's Prep. They did knock down their 3s, shooting 41% from 3. So not terrible on their 3-point shooting. They just weren't able to stop Archbishop Carroll from getting offensive rebounds. And they just need to take care of the ball better, Dom. That's definitely a key. Have to take care of the ball better. You can't have 11 turnovers.
The final score is 65-46. And Aiden, switching gears, Patriots freshman Moses Hips with 18, and then Tyler Seward had 16, and then Anquan Hill with 12. You know, those 3 guys, especially Moses Hips being a freshman, they got a bright future over there at Archbishop Carroll.
Yeah, 2 guys in their first games for Archbishop Carroll, Moses Hips and Tyler Seward. Tyler Seward, a senior, but a transfer from the Haverford School. So 2 guys that are playing their first big games for Archbishop Carroll did a really good job. Tyler Seward especially created shots for the other guys as well. 4 assists for Tyler Seward. He was just driving in pretty much whenever he wanted, getting into the lane and making layups as well as kicking it out for 3s. And Moses Hips, he just hit so many key 3s in this game. He was just knocking down shots whenever the momentum seemed to be shifting to St. Joe's Prep's favor. Moses Hips would knock down a 3 and take that right back.
And Anquan Hill with a double-double. We mentioned 12 points and 14 rebounds. And the other way, the rebounding leader for the Hawks was Nick Jagic with only 5. JP came right behind him with 4. Hawks with a total of 19 rebounds. Patriots a total 31 rebounds.
Yeah, I think we kind of expected that, Dom, but that was a little bit bigger of a margin than I might have even expected. You expect to maybe get some rebounds that just fall right into your hands, but it looked like Archbishop Carroll was basically going after everything this game.
And Aiden, you know, Hawks, again, schedule uncertain now with COVID. They're supposed to play West Catholic tomorrow, but that's canceled. We'll see where they go next. And looking ahead, you know, I think the go-to for the Hawks is hitting those 3s and, you know, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, definitely, Dom. And it's also Jimmy King's also going to be a huge key. We saw him be able to create his own shot a little bit today, but I think if he can just keep on doing that, keep getting open shots for himself, and just keep making those tough shots. We saw him make a few tough mid-range shots today. If he can make those, and I think this team could be really successful if he can open up the rest of their offense.
Hawks supposed to play Bonner at the Kelly Fieldhouse on Thursday. Carroll set to play Roman in Radnor on Thursday. So, in looking ahead, you know, Hawks start 0-1, but the season's not over yet. Patriots look good, though.
Yeah, they did, especially their newcomers, Moses Hips and Tyler Seward. If those guys can keep going, they already had a pretty good roster without those guys. Now with those guys coming in, that they're going to be a dynamic team in this PCL, a team that can maybe upset the favorites like Newman Gretty, teams like that, LaSalle, Archbishop Wood, yep.
And Aiden, that's going to do it for me and you and for the rest of the WSJP crew. You're listening to WSJP on Sports Fan Base Network. Stay tuned. Follow us at SJP Broadcasting. and at SJPrep_sports for future information regarding prep basketball. Thus far, and thank you for tuning in, and go Hawks.